2 months ago, Daniel thought he had made it, a six-figure salary, a downtown apartment, a life most people would call success. But last week, something happened that forced him to ask a question most people never ask. If I'm doing so well, why does it feel like I'm barely staying afloat? What Daniel didn't realize is that millions of people across the United States and Canada are quietly trapped in the exact same situation. A life that looks successful on the outside, but feels dangerously fragile underneath. But Daniel's situation wasn't unusual. In fact, it was becoming surprisingly common. And the real reason hadn't appeared yet. Daniel is 32 years old. He works as a product manager at a fast-growing tech company in Austin. On paper, his life looks exactly like the kind of success story people dream about. His salary, $128,000 a year. His friends call him the one who made it. His parents tell relatives how proud they are. But every month, the numbers in Daniel's bank account tell a different story. And this is where something strange begins to happen. Because the problem Daniel was facing wasn't just about income. The truth is, living in modern North America has become quietly expensive. In the last 3 years alone, housing prices surged, food costs climbed, interest rates exploded, and without realizing it, Daniel slowly adjusted his life to match his new salary. What Daniel didn't notice at the time was that a silent psychological shift had already started shaping his decisions. A nicer apartment, a better car, more expensive dinners with friends. None of these decisions felt reckless. In fact, they felt normal. Because Daniel wasn't comparing his life to people who earned less. He was comparing himself to the people around him. For a long time, everything still looked normal. Until one evening, Daniel opened his banking app to check something simple. His savings. After 5 years of earning a six-figure salary, Daniel had saved less than $8,000. Most people would have stopped looking there. But Daniel noticed something else. 3 credit cards. Total balance, $27,000. And suddenly, a pattern started to appear. Daniel stared at the screen. For the first time, he realized something terrifying. His salary had gone up every year, but somehow, his financial freedom had gone down. And then he asked a question that would change everything. Where did all the money go? At first, Daniel assumed the answer was simple. Maybe he was just bad with money. Maybe he needed more discipline. Spend less, save more, budget better. But the deeper he looked at his life, the stranger the pattern became. Because the real problem wasn't one big mistake. It was something much harder to notice. Tiny upgrades, small lifestyle changes, normal decisions, repeated over and over again. Until one day, a six-figure income somehow felt ordinary. That's when Daniel realized something even more unsettling. His salary hadn't trapped him. His definition of a normal life had, and once he saw it, he started noticing the same pattern everywhere. Friends earning more, but saving less. People with bigger paychecks, but smaller financial freedom, which raises a far more uncomfortable question. If higher income doesn't create financial security, then what actually does? Because the answer to that question is where Daniel's story really begins. Understand deeply, act intentionally. You don't need motivation. You need perspective. If this gave you that, stay close.